Good morning. Today, I want to share with you 4 F's about First United Methodist Church. 4 F's that you need to know about what's going on. And the first has to do with focus. Our focus over the coming months will be revival. We have been resetting from this time in the pandemic. And in a few months, we'll be rejoicing over the coming Christ child. But right now, we're going to focus on revival. And the next several weeks in church, we're going to be looking at several different practices that help us revive our relationship with God and our practice of faithfulness. Things like the practice and discipline of prayer. I've been in this Tuesday evening study on St. Ignatius's Examen, prayer exercises that help us look for and find the presence of God in our everyday life. And I'm learning that prayer is not so much talking at God or presenting a list of demands to God, but rather a reorientation of myself, or as one author puts it, reorienting myself into the orbit of God's love. It's reorienting my relationship with God and my relationship with others. I love that statement. And so that prayer purpose is to change my outlook. It's to change my way of being. And so prayer isn't successful because I feel like praying or because I've laid out all my requests. Prayer becomes powerful because it reorients me. It's a practice that helps revive our soul. And there's several of those. We're going to talk about those for a number of weeks in worship. Another way to name this in the church world is stewardship. If being a disciple is acting upon our belief in Jesus Christ and seeking to become like Christ, to grow in the image of Christ, that's what the scripture says, that we're together as a church to grow into the likeness of Christ, then managing the things God has given me or using them in alignment with God's will becomes fundamentally critical because it helps us be like Christ. And so we're going to talk about how we use those things, not just our time, not just our focus or our talents or our financial resources, but everything that God places in our life, individually and collectively as a church, and our walk revive our relationship with God and our discipleship. So that's our focus in worship the next couple of weeks. Our focus in ministry is twofold. One is on Anua. This coming Sunday is Anua Sunday. They have some incredibly exciting news on two fronts. They've gotten some recognition for the ministry that has brought some extra funding, and they also have made a purchase that we want to tell you all about. It's really going to change the shape of the way we live and serve those brothers and sisters in that community. And so I hope you'll be there Sunday and learn about all the great things at Anua. Our second ministry focus will be the Foundry. We currently have 9 mentees, those that we're involved with are mentoring, those aged out of the foster care system. We have twice as many mentors and a number of resources that they can turn to help them if they need counseling and finances or legal or job employment and so forth. We're rejuvenating the board. We're reconstituting that and refocusing the ministry. And I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to come as we live into those values of bringing Christ to those in need. So that's our focus. That's the first F. Second F is family. As you know, we've been currently looking for a director of children's ministry. We had someone here this past week to interview, and we have made an offer. And so we're waiting, we're praying, we're waiting that perhaps this offer will be accepted and we can make some traction on that. I'm cautiously super excited about that. Our middle school youth group is on fire. It's going and happening. We are now emphasizing and turning our attention to a senior high youth student ministry, and that's where we need to work, where we're continuing to look and to form. And so please be in your prayers for that. That leads me to the third F, which is Fall Festival. That's 2 F's, but let's count it as one. Fall Festival. We have focus, we have family. Fall Festival at Reeves Center is on October 22nd, Friday. There are pumpkins, there are a petting zoo, there's music, there's different ministries will be present. Even if you don't have children at home, come out to the Fall Festival on Friday the 22nd. It's going to be great fun. It's a way to connect with that community, show we love them and are present. It's our place of ministry in that Northtown Colonial neighborhood. And then on the 23rd, the next morning, is our fall festival at MSEE, and they have all the trimmings and things like that too. And so it's kind of a whole weekend of celebration with family, our own family, with the church-wide family. And so please mark your calendars and be a part of that. Focus Family Fall Festival. And the fourth F is finally. Finally, the hockey season is beginning. Finally, the Lightning can begin their quest for the third consecutive cup. Finally, I got to go to a game this week, and a hockey game broke out of the fight. It was amazing. Actually, I digress. Finally, we are there to open up our Reeves Center, 4 Pillars Counseling and Enrichment Center. We've contracted with 2 counselors. The building is just about done. We're within inches of opening up. That is super exciting to begin that healing and that center of enrichment in that community and for our whole church. And so we're super pleased. Finally, we have hired a program director of community service and outreach, who is going to come along and help us get plugged in to those missions that we love to participate in as a church, the great missions that have been developed in the past. Victoria Vaden will be with us, and she starts next week. I'm really pleased and really excited about what's coming with that. So that leads to the last F. There are 5 actually, and that's the future. The future is bright. God is at work. Good things are happening. I can't wait for you to see them. I will see you in church on Sunday. God bless.